Darren Harris. I'm a local photographer for Carmarthenshire Wildlife Watch. We're here at the Llanelli Coastal Park. We've been looking at toads as we've discovered there's otters actually feeding us at night. The toads actually been eaten by the otters, as most of the ponds around here have been having a problem with the topmouth gudgeon. The actual ponds are mostly empty of fish, that's why the otters are trying different things. We haven't seen anything yet as of yet. Yeah. See a fox there, maybe for last. There we are. It's pretty nice and hot there.
It's cold, that's why.
It's pretty nice. Wouldn't it? Oh yeah. Well, the frog is different. But a toad now has got that kind of body there. Yeah. This is just a common toad, this is. This is a common toad. The frogs are slightly different in colour. They're like more of a reddish or a greenish colour, and they're more or less smoother.
Oh. I thought tilapia was like poisonous as well.
But the skin has got, they produce something in the skin, in the glands and whenever it comes out, and it's distasteful to eat them. Only in the last resort where they can take part of it.
Yeah. It's like a snake couldn't actually bite that, you know, he eats frogs, isn't he?
So why are the otters eating them?
Because the fish have been taken out of the ponds. Because they've had a problem with the topmouth gudgeon. They're trying to do work on the ponds. Look, there's a little bit of scapa there. That's from an otter as well. And that's probably where they've been eating the back legs of the toads. That bit there, it's probably this bit here. But it's alright to pick them up with if you've got wet hands and what have you. Don't pick them up with if you haven't put your hands in the water, you can burn them. Same as fish as well. You're not supposed to angle fish unless you put your hand in the water as well.
Do they mind being picked up?
Well, as long as you put them back roughly where you put them, so they're in the same environment, they should be fine.
Him not being that he could be get killed off by be like, you know,
No, I wouldn't actually. You shouldn't really actually keep them. You should always put them back in the wild, and just the only thing you can do is keep an eye out, monitor the area. If there's a healthy population, you'll know straight away. Because what happens? I'm not sure if this is a male or a female. I think it might be a female. I'm not 100% sure. And what happens? This time of year they normally breed them, and when they breed, there'll be one female and there'll be a load of males then trying to actually mate with her, and you can see a cluster then of toads. And what happens with toads? They don't do frogs. They don't do the same as frog spawn. Frog spawn's in a clump. They're all different. Obviously spawn. It's all obviously in a ball. But the toads actually lay a line of spawn, which is slightly different.
When it burns your hand, it's like a kind of an acidy burn.
No, it doesn't burn your hand. You can burn their skin because
right.
you're warm-blooded and they're cold-blooded. When you pick them up, it's better to put your hands in water first. But they're cute little things, and you get kids really interested in nature and stuff.
The eyes, isn't it? Because they don't look real, do they? They just look like a toy.
But they should be handled with respect and then put back in the same place all the time.
Oh. So how long would you think that this lady would last then in this situation?
Look at her swim there.
It depends really, to be honest. There are a lot of toads about here, but like for instance, last year in the drains there was probably about 200-300 frogs and toads, all stuck in the drains because, as I said, because there's a bank either side, they couldn't jump out because it was too high for them, and the only place they could go is in the drains. But when they were stuck in the drains, we took a load out with nets, just me and my brother, because you could know in the night, if you drove down here in the night, the lights are on in the car, you could see eyes in the middle, and all you hear is pop, pop, pop when you're driving over them.
Oh.
It is a bit sad, like. The thing is, if people are into nature, they'll understand it. But if people aren't understand and they don't know nothing about nature, they won't even realise. It's a bit of nature on it. The otters have got to eat food because it's the council. They've emptied, well, not just the council, the environmental council are trying to do the work and trying to do the best they can. However, things need to be looked at because if you're taking a food source from one place, they're going to find food from another place.
They do kill ducks and pigeons as well. They wouldn't have like those.
Well, birds. They would take small birds if they're really hungry. Like if they came here and they're feeding you on a regular basis and they eat all the frogs and all the toads, they're going to have nothing for next year. And so they can't just live on just a diet of frogs as well. They've got to have a different type of diet as well. It's like anything. If you eat the same thing all the time, you're going to get bored of it. And you're going to start looking for different stuff to eat and different places. And they could venture closer into people's houses and stuff like that, looking in bins, scavenging to see what's about, same as foxes are. But something really needs to be looked at here to either get the fish back in. And if I'm not mistaken, this pond is it's been poisoned. It's been sorted out, and it hasn't got long left on it before they can put fish back in it. So that could be a good thing as well.
Where will they get the fish from then?
Sometimes they get them from fish farms. They might actually have them in other ponds because they've done work. They've taken some fish out of ponds and emptied. They say they've emptied one pond, sorted that out, put the fish into a different pond, and then they take a fish out of another pond and then put them back. They do, like, sometimes they do a pond at a time, and sometimes they will get other fish from other fish farms and what have you.
How do they because it's been poisoned, how do they get rid of that now in this water? Is there a way to do it?
It's a poison. It's not a very toxic poison, apparently. It's called rotten stone or something like that it's called. I'm not 100% sure on the name. But it's in the pond for a number of weeks, and after it's done its time, you can put fish back in and it's pretty much harmless, so I've been told. Yes?
Okay.
It's dry, yeah, I know I'm angling it now, but you can see what they've been doing is ripping the front legs off the toads.
The otters?
Yeah, the otters. There are mink around here, and anything that's left about here, birds will eat as well. Some herons will eat bits of toads as well, but as you can see, there's so much dead toads around here. A lot of the animals will eat it. They wouldn't go to waste because other things will eat it, things like insects and stuff like that. And it's all part of the ecosystem anyway.
So how long do you think that one's been dead for?
It all depends on the weather, because if it's been sunny or whatever, they'll obviously, because they live in water and they're cold-blooded, they're going to dry up pretty quick. It could be 2 or 3 weeks perhaps. It all depends on how hot it's been and the temperature and whatever. And not only that, the frost can play a part in it, where it can shrink stuff and whatever.
So the ones in the water are all white and kind of shriveled. Is that because they're still in the water?
Well, it's because it did hit. Because when they're in the water, sometimes they break down a little bit slower. Because obviously there's insects around here, things like ants and stuff like that. They could eat it, and there's other insects that have a go at it as well. In the water, they got insects, but sometimes it's harder to break down in the water, and sometimes in the water they break down differently as well. Yeah, that's it. Walk around this pond now and see what else we can see.